So again, China has created a latest controversy, and this time with Bhutan. So China has made claim that Bhutan's eastern boundary, that some areas related to Bhutan's eastern boundary belongs to it. So whether India has anything to do with it? Of course yes, because India and Bhutan are neighbor country, and whenever China do anything against Bhutan, it indirectly affects India also. That's why the title is given another front. Front means a particular area of activity. So we will discuss this whole matter. And India and Bhutan must have complete understanding on dealing with. Deal with means to tackle someone, to handle someone. China's claims. So editorial says that before replying to China over its claim, India and Bhutan must have some consultations. For the third time since early June, China on Tuesday repeated its claim. So it is third time. Okay. China, so first claim was made in early June. China on Tuesday repeated its claim that Bhutan's eastern boundary was a disputed area, with Bhutan. So what is disputed? Disputed means something you have disagreement over. It is called disputed. So in a way you can say that China is making claim over what? Over Bhutan's eastern boundary. Again, its first claim was at a UNDP led Global Environment Facility conference. What is this Global Environment Facility? Global Environment Facility. You can say that there is an institution, and its work is to preserve environment. So many countries are member of this UNDP led Global Environmental Facility. Conference means meeting. So when this meeting happened on June 2nd to June 3rd, and at that time China made claim over Bhutan's eastern boundary. When the Chinese representative tried to stop funding for the Sakteng Forest Reserve in Bhutan. So this area related to environment, Sakteng Forest Reserve. Where it is? It is in Bhutan's eastern district of Trashigang. And there it is situated, Sakteng Forest Reserve. So representative of China in meeting of UNDP said that we are not going to give fund for this. For what? For Sakteng Forest Reserve, which abuts Arunachal Pradesh Tawang district. So Trashigang is near to, abuts means near to, adjoin, which abuts Arunachal Pradesh Tawang district. So you see, this is Trashigang district, and here we have our Tawang district. So if China makes claim over Bhutan's territory, it means China is advancing slowly towards Indian border or towards Arunachal Pradesh. The claim was surprising for several reasons. Several means many. So when China made this claim in UNDP meeting, or you can say that Global Environment Facility meeting, so everybody was surprised. Why? China has not objected earlier. Earlier means before. China has not objected earlier to funding provided to the sanctuary at the GEF. GEF means Global Environment Facility. It works for preservation of our environment or some like sanctuary etc. So countries give their contribution to GEF. So it was recently happened that China refused to give its contribution for GEF. Second, the Trashigang area doesn't share a boundary with China. So that is another point, that Trashigang area doesn't share a boundary with China. Then why China stopped funding for Trashigang area or for that sanctuary? Finally, whatever the origins of the claim, so we cannot say in what mood China was, but finally it made claim. Finally, whatever the origin of the claim, Chinese officials have not raised. What is the meaning of raised? Raised means to bring to your attention. When you bring any matter to in attention to someone or somebody, no? We call it the questions are raising or matter has been raised. Chinese officials have not raised the eastern boundary in 24 rounds of talks with Bhutan that began in 1984. First, we should understand that China and Bhutan do not have officially diplomatic relations. China and Bhutan do not have officially diplomatic relations, but still they visit each other's country. So what happened? Since 1984, there has been you can say there have been 24 rounds of talk between China and Bhutan. So in these talks, never before this issue was raised. Thus far means so far, talks have been only about the Pasamlang and Jakarlang valleys in Bhutan's north. So they have discussed the point of that Pasamlang and Jakarlang valley and Doklam area and other pasture land. Pasture land means area which is used by cattle for grazing. Area which is used by cattle for grazing. To the west, then pasture land in west direction. So till now means the rounds of talk started between China and Bhutan. So 24 rounds have completed, but they discussed only Pasamlang and Jakarlang valleys, Doklam area or some pasture land to the west that come up to the tri-junction point with India. So it is, we are talking about that Doklam. So Doklam border associated with India also. So India, Bhutan and China. So it becomes a tri-junction. On Wednesday, what happened on Wednesday? China referred to a package solution for the dispute. On Wednesday, China referred to a package solution for the dispute. So you see, the China first it creates controversy and then provides solution also. So it has given solution also, package solution for the dispute. For this matter, China has come up with a package solution. What is this solution? That is believed to refer to an offer made in the 1990s. So to swap means to exchange the northern and western areas, something Bhutan rejected given India's concern. So what happened during 1990s? China offered to Bhutan that give me these areas. Which areas? Some northern and some western areas. But Bhutan refused. Why Bhutan refused? Because Bhutan and India are close friends and India was worried, India's concern. India was worried that these areas should not be given to China. So Bhutan refused to China. So again China has made this offer that this is the solution for this disputed matter. Bhutan's response at the start was to reject China's claim at the GEF. Bhutan's response. So what was the Bhutan's response? To reject China's claim at the GEF. The China's representative who made the claim in GEF was initially, you can say that, ruled out by Bhutan, and it was able to secure the funding, and initially Bhutan was able to secure funding for its sanctuary. Subsequently, what happened later? The Bhutanese embassy in Delhi served a démarche. What is démarche? Démarche means a political step. So finally you can say that Bhutan took a political step. Subsequently, the Bhutanese embassy in Delhi served a démarche to the Chinese embassy. So you can say a representative of Bhutan moved for a solution to Chinese embassy. Bhutan doesn't have diplomatic relations with China. I told you earlier that Bhutan doesn't have diplomatic relations with China. So you can say that a representative of Bhutan finally moved to Chinese embassy. They wanted to sort out the problem, but the Chinese MFA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, repeated the claim in early July. But again, China repeated its claim in July that this matter is disputed and we want the eastern border of Bhutan. And then again this week, and this is the third time, again this week, this is third time, Bhutan has now appeared to take a sober view of China's claim. What is a sober view? Sober means when you take something seriously. Sober means serious, to show some sensible attitude. So this time Bhutan is taking China's viewpoint seriously. Bhutan has now appeared. We can see that Bhutan this time taking China's claim seriously by saying that what Bhutan has said, that all disputes would be taken up. So Bhutan replied to China that we will discuss all the disputes in the next round of China-Bhutan talks. That Bhutan replied, or Bhutan responded to China that okay, if you have concern over this matter, then we will discuss in our next meeting talks. The last round was in 2016. So talks between Bhutan and China, last round happened in 2016. Talks have been put off. So this is, you can say that it is written in bracket, talks have been put off. Put off means to cancel something for a temporary time, or to delay something. It is called put off. Put off means to delay something for a short time. So talks have been put off due to Doklam standoff. What is standoff? Standoff means a situation when both parties cannot move forward. Okay, a stalemate you can say. Standoff means a stalemate where both parties get stuck. No movement, no further movement can be made. It is called standoff. So first what happened, that last round between China and Bhutan happened in 2016, and then talks were put off, talks were on hold. Why? Because then came the Doklam stalemate in 2017, and then Bhutan election in 2018, and this time pandemic coronavirus, and the pandemic this year. So after 2016 there happened no round of talks between Bhutan and China. Despite Beijing's repeated statements on the boundary issue, so repeatedly China is making comments over boundary issue. Both Thimphu, capital of Bhutan, and New Delhi, capital of India. So both Thimphu and New Delhi have chosen not to react in a rash manner. What is rash manner? Rash manner means when you become impatient, when you behave impatiently, it is called you are behaving in a rash manner. So India and Bhutan both are in calm state. They are not behaving impatiently. They are thinking over the situation. They are thinking over China's claim. For Bhutan, the Chinese claim may be seen as a pressure tactic. What is tactic? Tactic means any scheme or any strategy. So we may think, or we can think, that China is trying to create pressure over Bhutan, an attempt to hurry the scheduling of next meeting. So China is creating pressure over Bhutan so that next meeting can be fixed between Bhutan and China, or to gain leverage. What is leverage? Leverage means to take maximum benefit of a situation. Leverage means to take maximum benefit of a situation. So you can see, or you can say that China wants to take maximum advantage of this situation in the boundary talks. So when boundary talks happen between Bhutan and China, so China wants to take maximum benefit from this talk. For India, that is already dealing with Chinese aggression. Aggression means violent behavior. So recently we saw that a fight happened between China and India. So that is already dealing with means handling or tackling, dealing with Chinese aggression across the line of actual control. LAC, line of action control, boundary between China and India. So India and China already in fighting mode. The Sakteng claim, this the sanctuary situated in Bhutan. The Sakteng claim could be a diversionary tactic. Okay, so it is also possible that China wants to divert the concentration of India. It is also possible that China wants to divert the concentration of India. So it came up with a recent controversy, or one aimed at, or maybe China wants or one aimed at driving a wedge, or one aimed at driving a wedge. What is wedge? Wedge means wedge is a piece of wood. Wedge is a piece of wood. But here wedge means, you can say here wedge means a device through which China wants to create hostility between India and Bhutan. So wedge you can consider something by which China wants to create hostility between India and Bhutan. More significantly, what is more important is that by claiming Bhutan's eastern boundary, so since we know that China has made claim over Bhutan's eastern boundary, China is attempting, what is China's attempt? To double down on its claim over Arunachal Pradesh. What is meaning of double down? When you can say that you are doing double down. Double down means to continue to do something in a more determined way. Double down means to continue to do something in a more determined way. So it is also possible that China is making claim over Bhutan's eastern boundary so that China may further advance to Arunachal Pradesh, neither of which it has lien on or control of. What is lien? Lien means when you have something in your possession, it is called you have lien over it. Okay, so neither of which it has lien on or control of. So at present, either Bhutan's eastern boundary or Arunachal Pradesh area, nothing is under control of China. But it is possible that China is moving in such a way to gain the control of these areas. Again, the repetition of its package, yes, the repetition of its package offer is worrying. It is very anxious, as it implies. Implies means it is hidden in its claim. Implies means it gives indication. It is hidden in China's statement that Beijing is not giving up. Give up means let go. Not giving up its push for the Doklam Plateau. So it means we can say that China's recent claim, what shows? China's recent claim shows that China is still adamant. China is still adamant over Doklam, where it has consolidated. Consolidated means to make something strengthen. Yeah, to strengthen something, to make something more strong, where it has consolidated its military infrastructure and would like to inch towards. What has China done in Doklam? What has China done in Doklam? It has created some military infrastructure, like it has created some military tent. Okay, and what China wants in future, and China would like, what China would like, or what China wants to do in future, to inch towards. To inch towards means to move towards India's Chumbi Valley. It means China wants to move slowly towards India's Chumbi Valley. What is Chumbi Valley? Why and why it is so important? Chumbi Valley, a strategically sensitive location, a very sensitive location. Chumbi Valley is a very important area, and it is very important strategically. What is strategically? Suppose if a battle happens between India and China. Suppose if a battle happens between India and China, then who has the control over Chumbi Valley will be in a advantageous position. So that's why this is the meaning of strategically important. Then if a place is strategically important, it means if battle happens, then the country who has control over that place will be in advantageous situation. So it is very important. Okay, Chumbi Valley. So you can say that first China wants to take control of Doklam, then slowly it wants to move forward and take control of India's Chumbi Valley. Okay, no matter what Beijing's designs are behind its new claim. Okay, we cannot say what is going on in China's mind, why it is making such claims over Bhutan's eastern boundary, but New Delhi and Thimphu. So New Delhi and Thimphu, it means India and Bhutan must stay the course. What is meaning of stay the course? Stay the course means to continue to follow a difficult task to the end. To continue to follow a difficult task to the end with the close cooperation. It means whatever may be in China's mind, but what should India and Bhutan do? India and Bhutan must cooperate. India and Bhutan must cooperate, and they must show cooperation and complete understanding. They must have understanding between them, means India and Bhutan must have understanding, must show cooperation. They have shared for decades. We know that relations of India and Bhutan are very, you can say that long lasting, or traditionally they have been friends. In order to respond to them purposefully, it means that Bhutan and India should respond to China after thinking, or after taking considerations of all the possible situations.